Well, I am just thrilled to meet you, Michelle, because I've seen you on the webinars.
Okay.
And of course, I talked with Jason some about you, and he just says you have just a perfect background for this. Why don't you start by just sharing with me and whoever might watch this. This is just for people who might be looking into getting our business, kind of like you've seen some of our interviews. We started interviewing people as soon as they go through the training, and then once they get their first client, we interview them again, and just see the difference.
Yeah, well,
So tell us your background.
I started in hotel motel, fresh out of high school. So that was like from ninth grade all the way up to 12. Um,
Wow.
and so I've done every aspect of the hotel, every department except I'd say maybe housekeeping I haven't done, which is crazy because you thought they would have thrown me in there. And I've
Sure.
done hostess, kitchen, prep, suits, security, HR, everything. So I left there and I went to DHL Express. Well, Trax Express Deliveries was a courier service. So I did Trax Express for a couple of years and then I moved on to DHL. Yep, so I've worked for DHL and I've done customer service. I've done dispatch for the whole Southeast Louisiana. I've worked at U.S. Offices Products, which was a great help because I've worked there way in the 90s and I still have all of my office equipment, so I didn't have to buy any for the business.
Oh, nice.
And everything was $1. I have worked after that at the VA Medical Center. I've done billing, customer service. I was the executive assistant for the business operations office manager.
Oh,
And
wow.
and then I've left there and gone to Connecticut. After Katrina, I've moved and worked for the hotel there. And I've done front desk, night audit manager, HR coordinator. And then I was promoted to executive assistant to the general manager for the Northeast region of New York. And then I came home and I worked for Department of Homeland Security where I did mission support specialist. And so worked at the VA Medical Center over there. And so now I work with, I'm contracted with TSA. So I build sites where I do FBI history background checks, as well as train employees, and I travel. So every week I'm somewhere, and I'm somewhere now. And so it's been a little challenge. Yeah.
Now, Michelle, did you go through the training by yourself, or do you have a spouse or partner that went through it with you?
I went through it with my son.
Oh, good.
So he and I did it. My daughter was supposed to, but she was working. So we had to do it pretty quickly because of my travels. So we did pretty
Yeah.
good.
So you went through it pretty fast there. Good.
Yeah, very fast. Yeah.
What was your overall impression of the training?
Overall, it was pretty good. It was really broken down, and I like the way that it was broken into pieces before it was all put together. So I enjoyed that much about it because it kind of gave you a sense of understanding some of it first in parts, and then once you finish, you can put it all together, and then it kind of makes a little more sense to you.
And did you have some homework assignments?
Yeah, I did. And most of my homework assignments, I was already on top of most of them. So all of
Yeah.
the things that we had to do, I had already kind of touched on them already. I was already working on that.
Good. Good. Always. Well, you sound like the kind of person that just dives into something,
Oh,
head first.
yeah.
So your son, how old is he?
He is 26. I was going to say, God, I forgot how old he is, but he's 26.
And did you say he was going to school now or just working?
He's actually a producer. He does music, and so he has his own business, and he is trying to help me with mine. So,
Well, that's fantastic. You both are entrepreneurs then.
yeah.
I love to hear that. This is a family business, as you know. Adam's my son. He's now the CEO of the company, by the way. We just promoted him last week because I just kind of decided at some point, you need to retire. And
Right.
even though I love this business, I still love talking with people like yourself and doing those webinars, to introduce people to the business. But, I got 5 grandkids now. I gotta allot some time for them.
Yeah.
And I still have a wife that I can't get rid of her after 52 years. She just hangs in here with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you going to plan to do this primarily by yourself, or is your son just going to help you on the back end with some of the technical stuff?
No, I have my son. He's gonna actually do help me with the actual business. He's more like my marketer. So I have him
Oh,
out right
good.
now marketing. I have my spouse, he's marketing. I have my daughter, so they all have titles. So my son, he is the second partner. My daughter, she's the office worker. She's the office assistant, and my spouse, he is the executive marketer because he's always you can't do this and you have to do that, and so yeah,
Great.
they're
Well,
doing.
hey, it's a family business already. Now, is
Yeah.
your spouse, is he working full time or?
No, he's retired, so he can
Oh,
help.
good.
Yeah, so he can help me.
Company is just booming right now. I guess this business is just it's just hot, because of the fact that we're in a health crisis and
Mhm.
doctors just need help. So that's what you're going to be able to do is help them thrive, stay in practice, and make as much money as they possibly can, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The good thing is we have licensees who make more money than the doctors they do the billing for. So
Wow.
yeah, I've
Wow.
got one lady out. I think she's in California. I forget where Laura is, but anyway, she has she's got this business now to a seven figure. I mean, they bring in $1 million a year
That's
in
my
her
goal.
billing business. Yeah. So she's doing terrific, of course. But then we have other licensees that, they've been through training. They're still looking for that first client. So everybody has to start somewhere.
That's weird.
All right. So you heard from Cynthia, of course. And as you know, I guess she told you her story that she went through training, gosh, 10 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's built her business quite a bit.
She's phenomenal. She's knowledgeable. She's friendly. She's respectful. She's prompt. She really knows her stuff, and she makes training really interesting. It's not a boring training at all. Even though we did back-to-back days, we were ready to go. She was ready with us, and she gave us all the knowledge she had. Whatever we asked, she answered. And if we needed to go back, she went over. So everything was great, and she was wonderful to work with.
That's why we have Cynthia doing this because, we used to have staff people who would do the training, including myself. And we just decided at one point it'd be people should be hearing from people who are actually doing the business. They're out on the street, they've got the T-shirt, and they've been through what you've gone through and what you're going to go through, as you find your first client. So you've got a lot of support here, Michele. We're going to be here to do whatever it takes to help you get that first client because really that's all it takes. If you do a good job for that first one, you'll get referrals. It'll grow automatically.
Okay.
You'll be calling us up, begging us to take one of your clients because you can't handle them. That'd be a good place to be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be excellent. That would-
Well, look, the process that you went through, tell me about that with Jason. Was that anything that was, did we try to close on you too hard? Was it a salesy thing or?
No, actually, I had already did my research. I had looked at, like I said, a ton of your videos. I looked at a bunch of franchises online, trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to do. Um, and there were a lot of businesses that cost a lot less than this one, but like they say, you pay for is what you get. So I didn't want to pay for something that just wasn't going to work, something that it wasn't supported, something that, your background, I believe speaks for itself. I mean, it's already, the foundation is there, which I thought was very important. And the support team and the money back guarantee was a no-brainer. So I
Right.
said, if I try it, and I don't think it's gonna work, at least I could maybe say, hey, I don't this is not something I want to do. So
It has happened. Very few, probably less than one half of 1% over the years. But if somebody for some reason just says it's not for us, we don't want you to stay in this business. Go find what is your passion and what you think you can make the most money at and be successful at because we make money, on the back end as well. Once you sign up clients, we start making money on the fees that the doctors pay to access the system and all those ancillary services that you can offer. So we want to be here and support you as much as we can because, that's the American way. You make money, we make money, and everybody's happy.
yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I would ask you, invite you over to visit our offices, but we closed all of our physical offices down. It's all a virtual company now. I've got people now that work for me in Alabama. We've got to support people from California to Florida, and of course Cynthia's out in Arizona. So
Okay.
we just basically have turned virtual, and that's why we were inviting people to come down for a week. Yeah, you had to get on a plane, come down, stay at a hotel for a week to go
Yeah.
through the training, and we said, that could all be done now virtually. We made that decision before the virus hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
just worked out terrific because, again, with these kind of tools that we're using right here, we can support people and give them the hand holding, the companionship that they need, because it's kind of lonely running your own business. So you'll want to attend all of our training sessions that we have for our licensees now.
Yeah.
Those are held usually on Friday. We'll hold those on Fridays, but we record them all. You can actually get the recording too. So.
Hmm. Yeah, Jason was pretty nice. He went through the demo with me. He was real patient and caring. And I'm telling you, if it wasn't for him, I probably would have changed my mind. But he was like, Michelle, you got this. You can do it. And I told everybody, I'm like, I'm happy, but I'm scared to death. And he's like, oh, don't be scared to death.
Oh,
So
of course.
he wasn't forced.
Everybody is, Michelle. That's so common. Uh, I've interviewed probably over 100 of our licensees over the years, and if you go back and listen to some of those, you'll see that all of them said, the first thing I was thinking was, what if I don't get a client? And I told them, well, you've obviously got several clients now, but it just takes one to get started, and there's a lot of doctors out there that need help. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we're going to do everything we can to help you. Have you got all your materials yet shipped to you?
Yes, I've gotten all my materials. I love your auto card. That is awesome. I was so
Isn't
excited.
that?
Quality of it. Yeah, that is very nice. I actually have a potential client right now, and I really believe he's on board. And he's already said if I get on board, he's willing to give me his other practices. And so now
Wow.
I'm just trying to find out how to pull him in.
That's great. What type of provider is this? What kind of doctor?
This is a chiropractic. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a chiropractor.
And he's
And
got several locations.
yes, and he's new, like me, which made it
Really?
easier because he says he's been in business about 6 months. And so he asked me, well, how could he help me? And I'm going, God, please don't ask me all these questions I can't answer. And so I have my website up. I have everything I need. So I said, why don't here? And I handed him my phone. I said, here's my phone. Why don't you just put in the information for that practice analysis and then we'll talk about it. And he's like, sure. So he puts it in, and that's who I kind of got out.
Hey, so how did you run across him?
Well, I work, and so the people that I run into, all types of people, and I try not to interfere my work with that. And so I met him kind of at work after hours. So I waited till I was finished with my job to ask him,
Yeah.
invite him to my personal stuff. And he was excited. He was very excited and open-minded and very nice guy, very nice. So he made me feel even more comfortable. So I just said, let me ask him. And I just asked him, and he said, sure. So I asked him, did he want to, about the program? Well, my question to him was, who does your billing? How do you do your billing? And I said, do you do it in office or do you outsource it? And he says, no, we do it in office. And he told me he uses an app. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I told him that I do medical billing, and that if he wouldn't mind, looking at what my business, he can fill out a practice analysis, and I can show him what we may be able to save him, and to see if we're a good fit for him. So I handed my cell phone. He filled it out, and so he called me back. Well, he emailed me back, and he told me that would be great. And so I sent him an email back, and so we have a scheduled call and to see if we can go forward with the practice analysis, and then I'll schedule him the live demo so he can see it. So
Have you got your actual, you said you had your website, you have some business cards?
Yeah, I have the business cards. I have flyers. I have
Good.
uh, I have all my stuff. See, my flyers. I
Oh,
have
super.
my business cards. I have those.
That's great. Can you hold one of those up to the camera there? Let me see your business card.
Oops.
Oh, nice. Did you design that?
Yes.
I like it.
Uh-huh.
Very
And
nice. That's a picture of you on there, I guess.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I couldn't see it that well, but
My flyer for them to hang on the post. So that's my other
oh,
card there. If you see that.
oh yeah, that's nice.
And I have my folder with me. You know, so I'm ready.
Oh wow.
So I'm ready. I'm just moving along.
All right. Well, hey, you've got our phone numbers and you've got our LSS there, our email address. Just let us know what we can do to help you. Believe me, we want to help you get that first client as quick as we can, and then I'll interview you again.
Okay. I got my son his business cards. I put I didn't put his name on. Well, I put his name on them, but I didn't put his phone number. So I got the company's numbers on them, the 800, the 1-800, all that. I bought him the computer this morning because I had an extra printer, extra fax, so he could have that at his house with his laptop. So he won't have to be
Good.
traveling because we're probably about 25 minutes from each other. So
That is great.
so he can stay, home. So I've given him the portal where you have the Find Your Doctor. That's awesome because I went in there last night and printed out all the places I want them to bring my flyers. So I gave everybody their area so they could get moving. Yeah.
Good. What is your son's name?
His name is Craig.
Craig? Well, tell
Mhm.
Craig that I'm looking forward to meeting him, at least virtually,
Okay.
somewhere down the line. And hopefully, he gets involved with you in the business and y'all build this thing huge and you sell it for a few $1 million down the line.
He's a people person. Yeah, he was on The Voice, so he's not.
Is that right?
Yeah, so he's not afraid of people and an audience. So
All
yeah,
right. Well, Michelle, thank you for this time. Thank you for believing in yourself enough to invest in yourself and go through our training. I think it's going to be very successful for you and your son and everybody.
I appreciate it. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome. All right. We'll be looking forward to seeing you sign up that first client.
All righty. Have a
All
good day.
righty.
Bye bye.
All right. Bye.